Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So I'm Dr. Aini, your facilitator for this PBL for PBL 12, Wednesday 11 a.m. Until end of the semester. Anyway, so for this week we're gonna go through a recap on what you have done. I'm gonna comment. I will give a general comment. For what you have done in the previous week based on the feedback that you have sent to me through Google Form. And then we're going to go through what are the things that you need to do this week and what do I expect from you, just like the last time. Okay, let's start. So here's a recap. In week 5, you need to identify central issue. So I would say that all of you have done good job in especially reading the issue and also extracting the issues. However, there is one problem with my Google form. I apologize about that. However, I'm a bit sad because no one actually mentioned to me that the setting for the identify the main issue question on Google form was wrong. So for this week, I'm going to add that part in the Google form. Anyway, so what I've seen from most of you, most of the group, is that you have listed numbers of issue, and then I could see that there were few groups that listed about 5, and since you have also supplied me with your discussion, I've seen that it was a consensus based from the group discussion, which is good. But what I need you to come up with is to identify one main issues. I noticed some of the group listed, I would say, small bit of issues which somehow are similar. I think this is on the experiment on the bread. So what I suggest is for you to think of one statement that will encompass all of this issue that you have listed. I think for the group on Dura, the one that the group that have that choose the ethical dilemma on students, first year students with saw the rabbit in the cage. You have listed numbers of issues there. I think pick one. If not pick one, probably combine one or two and and make it as a main issue. The thing with the main issue is that towards throughout this semester, throughout this PBL session, you have to propose a solution, and then based on the issue that you have selected. Okay, with the solutions, it need to be tested against few tests like harm tests, faith tests, professional tests, and public tests. So think of what sort of issues that you can come up with solution that can give you a good ways on how to do the test, if you know what I mean. I'm basically the solutions that you're going to solve that you're going to choose is will fit with the test. It can go through the test and also it will solve the issue. So if you look at the study plan, we actually listed what you have to do throughout the semester. So think, even though we have to take one step at a time, but it's good to know that where are you actually hitting at the end of this PBL. We give you a problem, we give you an ethical issue, like a long-winded story with an ethical issue in it. We want you to identify the main issue. There are numbers of issues in it. Probably some of the problems just have one issue. I noticed some of you discuss about it, that you said the problem with this issue is like it has very low number of issues. So that's good. It means you just have to solve one problem. I think that's on the red problems. Or yeah, I think that's red problems. The one whether you have to do the treatment on the rats. Okay, so also I noticed some of you posted some of the issues that you did not discuss with your friends. I think it's good. It means that you have your own opinion, and it's also good that you discuss with your friends. This is on the the pesticide group. So maybe you those who have extra idea, you can discuss with your group. So because the thing with, like I said, the thing with what you have listed in most of the issues, they are a bit like, they are very dissected, they are very small bits. So I want it to be I want you to identify main issue, and the main issue usually will encompass all of these small bits that you have discussed. If you have any question, obviously you can definitely PM me in the group. All right, so let's continue. But that's in week 5, and I have given you my comment. So in week 6, apart from identifying the main issues, you need to identify relevant information regarding the issue. This include, if is there any, if the issues actually involve any law. For example, is there any act that actually involved, that actually relevant to the issue? Is there any similar case occurred nationally or internationally similar to the issue? And you also need to identify the main keywords in the case. So the thing with the main keywords is that you can conduct literature search on the issues. So you can find, this is somehow optional, but I think it's important for you to know about the similar case, and it's important for you to know about the law. The law part will be important for the professional test later. And so yeah, that's basically the repetition of what I've mentioned for the last point. So that's that. You need to identify main issue, and you need to identify the relevant information regarding the issue. Next, this is also what I expected you to come up with in this week, is to identify relevant factors that cause the issues. So and also the players, the stakeholders, the living, the non-living. It could be the environment, it could be the animal, it could be the um, person in charge, it could be stakeholders. So identify any possible players involved in the issues that you have identified, um, and also the affected individual or parties by the issues. These things probably some of you might think is a bit confusing, but my suggestion is list anything that you think involved, and then double check with me, send it to me, and then this time around I will give a comment on what you have written, and I will choose only one person per group to comment so that you can disseminate the information to the rest of the group. Right. So what do I expect you to come up with for week 6 is identify the main issue, the relevant info of the issues, the factors, the players and the affected parties, and lastly, fill in the Google Form activities. So yep, that's that. And if you have any question, you can always text the group that we have, the PBL 12. Other than that, have a good discussion. Hopefully everyone involved. Take note that at the end of this semester, there will be self-assessment, there will be peer assessment. So if you are not participating in the discussion, your friend might going to mark you low. So just take note about that, because this is online class, so it's hard to know who are participating, who are not, and you want to be fair and equal. So yeah, participation is important. I think that's all for me. Thank you, and keep up the good work. Thank you, everyone.